So guys, there we go. Here we go. I already painted and assembled this one. I only have to paint this piece here. I'm working on the cockpit. I'm working on this section here. Okay, on these 3 steps here. So let's try and do something. Not in a hurry, but so I watched Freddy's LRMS launching rocket module something. LRMS. Oh shit. For me, sometimes it's difficult for you to speak Portuguese or try to speak Portuguese, but there are certain English words that so that launcher shit from the Desert Storm. Yeah, I watched that video from Freddy's. He's doing great, as always. I mean, as always. I am also watching Michael Cohen shadow build. That is great that he can actually teach or help to, which is what he does, and very well. So I have watched a lot of videos lately. I didn't comment on many of those, one of them particularly, and I have to say this publicly. It was Darren Shank's video about those 2 guys who stiffed him and 2 other modelers, 3 guys. Darren, I want you to know, please don't get me wrong, I just expressed my opinion. I don't want to go over the subject and do something either, because I didn't take part on that one, not because I mean, let's take an example, and I'm talking against myself. Last year, June, July, August, I packed 2 packages with, and you guys, Darren, if you're watching this, you're going to see where I want to get. Okay, bear it with me, please. I packed 2 card boxes with 2 or 3 models each, and I shipped those back to, one to Canada, to Aaron Newlands, and another to Freddy Duarte. Back in July last year. The package hasn't arrived yet. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Now I know. I placed a bottle of wine on each one and some traditional Portuguese food. That food that does not ruin itself. So traditional, you know, like smoking ham and all those. And that package was stopped on customs. Actually, it came back, and now, only now, after a lot of paperwork, I'm going to reship those back. Imagine if I enter on that build, someone sends me and I cannot, or if I send them a package and they didn't receive it. If Aaron or Freddy wasn't so friend of mine like they are, or I consider them to be, probably I would be in a bad situation. I'm not saying that this was what happened with all those guys. Those guys probably, well, Christmas is a very complicated time of the year, but I'm not defending them, okay? As you said, the guys didn't contact you and gave you 3 different excuses, but I only said my opinion. Let it be. Hey, this year, don't place them on the Secret Santa. That's the way you have to defend the community. Let them go out on their own. Don't throw them to the wolves, like someone said, because I resented that. I'm not a wolf. I spent too much time between hate and lie on my current job, being a policeman. Almost everybody lies to me. Almost everybody, sometimes at certain stage, doesn't like me. And I spent too many times, too many days, too many hours, too many weeks, months of the year on the middle of all that hate. And when I come here to YouTube to build, I just want to be with my own, with you guys, with my own. I consider you my own, and forget all that shit. And when someone said, throw them to the wolves, I don't know who was, I cannot remember, I don't care, but honestly, I'm not a wolf. And I think that all of you are not wolves also. I honestly don't remember who did that comment. Honestly, if I knew, I wouldn't mind also. That wouldn't change my opinion on that modeler, on that brother. But honestly, also, and as you know, I repeat the word honestly because that's what we do, that's what we are. We're supposed to be honest people. And when someone misses with their own honesty, with their own sincerity, being honest is being a good person. And good persons, they just place those guys aside. They don't point the fingers. I mean, you did it, what you did was wrong. I'm not counting on you anymore. Aside. And you keep on going. And I'm terribly sorry for those two guys who were without a model. Furthermore, publicly I say this, Darren, to you, if you need one model for me to ship it to you, I won't place my address. I won't give my address to you or to anyone. I had to give them to Freddy because, well, you understand me. I don't want any recognition on this one. But if you want, I give one of my models to one of those modelers. So if you want to give me one address, I will personally send one model to him. So that you know that I'm speaking honestly, and honestly I'm giving you my own opinion, okay? I don't want to be misunderstood on this one. You search for and don't think I'm you ask our opinion, I give you mine. Only this, only that. Okay, my friend? No problem at all. That's how I am. That's how I have a few friends, but those friends I have, damn, they're very good. And someone told me once, you have so few friends. And I said, yes, I have, but they're the best of the world. And if I need them at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., when I was injured, I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of friends going and visit me and going and phone to the precinct. How is he? You're all my friends there, and you are one of them also, so no problem on that. I only gave you my opinion, my friend. Let's build this. Sorry. This is a... Obviously, I didn't shut my foot. This is a build which takes time. I know that. I perfectly know that. But it's a very, very, very cool build to do. I mean, this is a very, very cool. And then Chancellor, like I said on the first video, said to me, please, if you want to take if you want to practice on the FAIREY swordfish. So I think I'm going to do that. Yep. And Aaron, if you're listening to this, probably I'm changing the trainer, because the trainer, I have 3 148 Alpha Jet, Portuguese Alpha Jets, but I just need time to build them all. So I've ordered another plane that I was in, a T-33, which is a trainer, a former Canadian plane brought to Portugal to train F-16 pilots in transition to instrument flight, you know, back to 87, 88, 89. And I ordered that same plane. I had the decals. I have videos. I will post them, so you will see that I'm building the same, just the same model, the same plane. It's a trainer, a Portuguese one, so it's easier, you know. It's easier. I was stressing 3 148s with resin parts to do in a trainer group build. I don't have the base yet. It's very complicated. I'm ordering that to just a businessman, just a lumber carpenter, and that carpenter has no time, so you know what I mean. Feeling tired yet? I'm yapping, yakking, yakking, and yakking. Sprue B. Okay. 1A. 1A. Yep, there it is. This is a nail cutter, but sometimes it's better than you know, because it's thinner and you just can place it here, do this, and cut here the piece. And if you look at this, you almost don't need to sand it, just a little bit, but those edges are not as, because it's a thinner blade, you know. Here it is. Okay. Oh, this is 78. This is all 78. So first I have to prime those. First I have to prime those parts. These parts here. What I use to prime them? Well, I am using the old Tamiya primer, of course. Of course. Sorry, I have to go here to the window. And I have to paint those green, so let's turn to the other side. Okay, there are a few pieces here that I've already primed and painted. So these are great. 2D, 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 2D. This is difficult. These are very thin pieces, and sometimes they can be a pain in the butt if you don't have a good blade. Guys, always be sure to have a good blade on your hands, you know. Be gentle with that blade when you cut some pieces. If you cannot cut them, because I don't advise you to do always this, just try and cut slowly, 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 slowly. Okay, now this is like this. Now, nope, super glue. It's better. It's better to use super glue. On this one, much better. You see, these parts tend to, as you cut them, they have the tendency to arc a little bit because you're deforming the plastic if you're not as smooth on cutting. So what you do is slightly, very subtly, you just see, and they're straight. Okay? This is always the... I am surprised with the level of detail of this one. For a 1/72nd, wow, it's great. This is just great. Okay, little super glue here. There it is. Scissor. Always use a pair of these because that and a still hand, even so, sometimes this is the ugly part, trying to fit the parts perfectly without, even with super glue, they tend to... Let me just pour a little bit here. Okay, see? Okay, now you just tap a little bit in order to keep it straight, you know, 90 degrees angle, just a little bit, and repeat the procedure on the other side. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Same procedure on the other side, but now I have to wait for these parts that I primed and painted just a while ago to, I placed this one. Now I have to place this part here in order to keep on going on the other side. So see you soon, guys. See you soon.